Hello everyone. In this part of the video, we'll be discussing about another primitive data type in Python, that is numbers. Numbers put together is one single data type which we have for integers and float value in Python. Now let us see how that is used. Now to begin with, in order to convert or read input from the user as an integer data type, we have to convert the string into an integer. Let's see how that is done. For which we'll create a new file in place and I'll name it as cp3.py, where py is an extension for Python files. To read an input from the user in the integer format, so I'll say n is equal to int of input. So whatever the input that is being read from the user will be converted into integer. Yes. Now this int function has got two arguments, and that is, you can very well see it can be used in two different formats, that is either only the string alone or it can be passed along with something called as the base value. Now let us deep dive into this and let us see what this base value stands for. Now it has got two arguments. One is the string we provide, that is the number, comma, with the base value, which is can be set as base equal to, I can provide a base value we want and I'll call this base as base 10. I'll print n value here. I'll clear the screen. I'll run this file with the command of python 3 cp3.py, and that prints literally 23 for me. And what if I provide a different base, that is base 16? I'll run this file again, it prints 35 for me. Now what is the difference? For which we'll try to understand. 23 in base 16, which is hexadecimal. So the hexadecimal value of 23, that is 23 in hexadecimal, becomes 35 in decimal. So it is converting from hex to decimal. This is not only for hexadecimal, we can also do the same old thing for binary as well. 1010 or else 1101, comma, base equal to 2. So I'm calling this as binary to decimal. Print m. Now when we run the file, you can see it prints 13, where 1101 in binary, it becomes 13 in decimal. Now what about the vice versa cases, the inverse parts of it? Okay, for which we have these functions called print hex, stands for hexadecimal value of m, print bin, binary of m. Now let us see the corresponding outputs. Now that literally translates my decimal value of 35 and 13 into corresponding hexadecimal and binary value. But you can always see you can have two characters which is appended in front, which is 0x and 0b, where 0x stands for hexadecimal in short, 0b stands for binary in short. We also have 0o, which stands for octal in short. In such cases, there is yet another statement which we can use, which is n is equal to int of, I'll say 0 o 1 2 3, comma, base will be set to 0. I'll literally print a value of n. I'll clear the screen. It prints 83. Okay. Now in the place of o, I'll replace x. It says 291. Okay. In the place of x, I'll say b. So I'll use zeros and ones alone. It prints 85. So when you provide base as 0, and when the provided string is appended with two extra characters of 0b or 0x or 0o in front of it, that is 0b, can be either 0b or 0x or 0o, which will automatically identify whether it is binary string, hexadecimal string or octal string. If none of these three is provided, the string will be assumed as a normal decimal string and it will convert it. So that is the advantage of using base argument and integer function, and this base ranges from, you can have a minimum of base value of 2 to the maximum of 36 bases. So that is in short about int function. You can very well see the base ranges from 2 till 36. Base 0 means to interpret the base from the string as an integral literal. So that is all about the integer function in Python. Apart from these, the integer classes, there are a lot of other functions you can perform with int class as well. That is print n dot. We can have bit count, we can have bit length. Now these are about their bitwise values. For instances, we know the binary value of n, that is the bitwise value of n is 10101010. So when I say n dot bit count, okay, and we'll print n dot bit length. Let us see their corresponding outputs. So it prints 4 and 7. Let us see what these functions are. Now bit count number of ones on the binary representation of the absolute value of self. So to count the number of ones in it. So here we have got 4 ones in it in the value of n. Okay. Now what bit length does? Now bit length represents or returns number of bits necessary to represent self in the binary format. This is basically the length of the string in its binary form. Now apart from these two functions, we also have functions of conjugate, numerator, real. These are the commonly used functions in terms of integer classes. And that's it, all about numbers or integer classes in Python. See you in the next set of videos about the built-in functions. Thank you.